So after the Babylonian captivity is the Persians and Medes. And let's go get it in Daniel 5. Book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 25. And this is the writing that was written many tekel portion. So this is talking about Nebuchadnezzar's son Belshazzar. Daniel speaking to him. This is an interpretation of a thing. Many. God had numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting. Perish, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold about his neck and made a proclamation concerning him, that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. Verse 30. And that night was Belshazzar and the king of the Chaldeans slain. And the king of the Chaldeans slain. So like Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans slain. And the Chaldeans are just like a Cushites, if you will, just like a different sect. Verse 31. And Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old, which is 62 years old. But let's go get it. So this was a dual captivity between the Persians and the Medes. The Persians are the Indians at number 3, Elam or Elam, and the Medes are like they're Japhites. I forgot which ones. I forgot which one they specifically were, but just know that they're Japhites. And what's it called? The Persians overtook the Medes, like I stated Daniel 7, with the parable of the bear, like one side rising over against another. That's the Persians rising over against the Medes. But yeah, this happened like 5:33. It's like at 5:36 when the Persians and the Medes destroyed Belshazzar and took Babylon down, and they ruled until 3:33. But let me go get it, cause this Bible Hub app stops like at the book of Micah and doesn't show the Apocrypha, so I can only do my best, and with the timeline I can only do my best all the way up to like the beginning of the Persian and the Mede captivity. That was like around 5:36 something. Yeah, it says 5:39. Daniel's visions of the four beasts. Daniel survived the lion's den. Like Daniel interprets handwriting on the wall. And then like 2 years later or something, it's talking about Ezra. And if you read the book of Ezra, you would know that look, the proclamation of Cyrus, which is under the Persian and Mede captivity. So that was like around 5:37, 5:36, give or take 3 years. And that happened until like that happened for 203 years till the reign of the last nation on this list, the Greeks, which is none other than the so-called white men in number 2, Adawam or Adawam or Edom. And we could read about it in the book of First Maccabees. Now, if there's any information that I missed, please comment it below, cause I'm not perfect and I don't really know everything. So if there's any like important information or any information about pertaining to this video, please comment it below. But just talking about the Greek captivity, and it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim. Okay, so this Alexander is Alexander the so-called Great. Like in school, you will learn about him, Alexander the Great. Reading on who came in the land of Kittim and had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes. Because like I told y'all earlier, the Persians overtook the Medes. So technically, like, it were two kingdoms at first, but like it just became one kingdom because the Persians overtook the Medes. But yeah, this Greek or Edomite slew Darius, the Persian. Okay, let me read it again. And it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, and reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went throughout the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, so much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted. Yeah, because he was a damn devil, just killing everybody. Verse 4, and he gathered a mighty strongholds, and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after all these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Now, history has it, well, I can't really say the white man's history, but like true history would say that he had HIV or AIDS or something like that, since the Greeks were known homosexual and pedophiles. But yeah, so he knew he was going to die. Wherefore, verse 6, wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and imparted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So there were five. So there were he had like five generals, but the fifth one was like an old man, and like he was on his way out. So he really just gave his kingdom the four people that he grew up with, and their names are they were called the Diadici. You could search that up, the Diadici, or Alexander's four generals. And their names were Ptolemy, which ruled over Egypt, and the second is Cassander, third is Seleucus, and the fourth is Antigonus. Ptolemy, Cassander, Seleucus, and Antigonus is who he gave the kingdoms to. Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. So those were the nations for this video. We got first we had the Ethiopians at number 9, the Cushites, the Babylonians. Then we had the Persians and Medes, which is I can't really tell you which ones the Medes were on this list, but the Persians were at number 3. Elam or Elam, and then the number 2, Otawam, Edom, the white men being the Greeks, and they ruled for what's it called? They ruled for 267 years around that time. Well, not 267 years exact, but they started their rule with Alexander in 333 BC, and like if you read the book of Maccabees, First and Second Maccabees, like around the time of 140 BC is when we rebelled and had the Hasmonean dynasty under the remaining Maccabean brothers that survived. So yeah, and then later on, like 66 BC, we got seized by the Romans. But here are these nations today. Ethiopia. These are your Cushites, East Africans, or Kenyans, Ethiopians, Somalians, and Eritreans. Then you had your West Indians, which are your Elamites. Not the Asian ones, but like these darker ones. These are yeah these are your Elamites. Then you had the the Japhites, which are Pacific Islanders. Uh, the Rock isn't a Pacific Islander. I mean, his mother is, but he's still a Judite. Mm. Yeah, these are your Pacific Islanders. And then you had the damn white man. These are your Greeks. But I hope somebody got edified. And if I missed anything, please make sure to comment it below. But I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashimi outside. Shalom.